बोलो श्री गणपति भगवान की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय में पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। नमश्चंदिकाय नमः पार्वती पतये हर 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 महादेव। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्तजम्बोफलचारुभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजं। जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक। जय जय जय
गणनायका जय जय विघ्न विनाशका।
हे शुभ मंगलदायक विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक।
हे शुभ मंगलदायका विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायका।
गजवदना गौरी नंदन
गजवदना गौरी नंदन
गजवदना गौरी नंदन
गजवदना गौरी नंदन।
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन।
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन।
जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक। जय जय जय
गणनायका जय जय विघ्न विनाशका।
ओ जय जय विघ्न विनाशक। जय जय विघ्न विनाशक। प्रेम से बोलो गणपति भगवान की जय। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम प्रभाकराय विद्महे दिवाकराय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ आदित्याय विद्महे मार्तण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ अश्वध्वजाय विद्महे पद्महस्ताय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ नमो भगवते श्री सूर्याय नमः। श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः ॐ नमो भगवते
श्री सूर्याय नमः श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः
श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः
श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः
आदित्याय नमः दिवाकराय नमः आदित्याय नमः दिवाकराय ॐ नमो भगवते श्री सूर्याय नमः श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः ॐ नमो भगवते श्री सूर्याय नमः श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः श्री सूर्याय नमः प्रेम से बोलो श्री सूर्य नारायण स्वामी की जय। श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। श्री रामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणं नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणं श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम कंदर्प अगणित
अमित छवि नव नीर नीरज सुंदरम पद पीत मानहु तरित रुचि सुचि नौमि जनक सुतांबरम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम
भजु दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंश निकंदन रघुनंद आनंद खंड कौशल चंद दशरथ नंदनम श्री राम श्री राम
श्री राम श्री राम
सिर मुकुट कुंडल तिलक चारुदारि अंग विभूषणम् आजानुभुज सर चापधर संग्राम दित कर दूषणम श्री राम श्री राम
श्री राम
इति वदति तुलसीदास शंकर शेष मुनि मनरंजनम रघुदय निवास कामादि खल दल गंजनम श्रीराम 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 श्रीराम। बोले सियापति रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरम्। अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं। वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं। गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भोक्तं मधुरं सुखं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं वेणु मधुरो वेणु मधुरा पाणिर्मधुरः पादो मधुरो नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं। प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। हनुमान जी महाराज। ओम हम हनुमते नमः। ओम हम हनुमते नमः। ओम हम हनुमते नमः। अतुलित बलधामं हेमशैलाबदेहं धनुजवन कृशानुं ज्ञानिनां मृगगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयोत्तमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति, 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 वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति। दास मारुति रामदास मारुति,
दास मारुति रामदास मारुति,
दास मारुति रामदास मारुति, वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति,
वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति।
भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति,
भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति,
भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति, वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति,
वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति,
गंभीर मारुति, गंभीर मारुति, गंभीर मारुति, गंभीर मारुति। बोले पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। Our prayers to Ma Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati. Coming Friday, we are doing, it's the first Friday of the month. So we're doing Durga Ma Abhishekam. All of you are invited to come in person as we do Abhishekam, the bathing ceremony of the mother. And then Saturday, of course, is Saraswati Jayanti or Vasant Panchami. That is when supposedly spring begins. So we invite all of you for Saraswati Puja at the temple, especially our young children, youths, those in school who need the support, foundation of knowledge at this time. We bow to Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati Devi for their guidance and protection on all of you. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swadha Namostute Jai Tvam Devi Chamunde Jai Bhutaratiharini Jai Sarva Gate Devi Kal Ratri Namostute. Prem se bolo Sri Durga Mata ki Jai. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. ॐ लक्ष्मी करोतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदा मम शत्रु विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते। ॐ नमस्ते अस्तु महामाया श्रीपीते सुरपूजिते शंखचक्र गदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। प्रेम से बोलो श्री महालक्ष्मी माता की जय। ओम श्री सरस्वत्ये नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्ये नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्ये नमः। ओम या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता
या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा
या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिर्देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु
सरस्वती भगवती
निशेषजाड्यापः। प्रेम से बोलो श्री सरस्वती माता की जय। नारायणी नमोस्तुते 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 नारायणी नमोस्तुते
नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते
नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते
नारायणी नमोस्तुते
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके
शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते
नारायणी नमोस्तुते
शंख चक्र गदा शंखा गृहीता परमायुधे
शंख चक्र गदा शंखा गृहीता परमायुधे
प्रसिद्ध वैष्णवी रूपे नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी
नमोस्तुते
प्रेम से बोलो माँ पति महाद जगदम्बिका माता की जय। गाएंगे। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। वन्दे देवमुमापतिं सुरगुरुं, वन्दे जगत्कारणं, वन्दे पन्नगभूषणं मृगधरं, वन्दे पशूनां पतिं, वन्दे सूर्यशशाङ्कवाहननयनं, वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियं, वन्दे भक्तजनाश्रयं च वरदं, वन्दे शिवं शङ्करं, शान्तं पद्मासनस्थं शशिधरमुकुटं, पञ्चवक्त्रं त्रिनेत्रं, शूलं वज्रं च खड्गं परशुभभयदं, दक्षिणाङ्गे महान्तं, नागं पाशं च घण्टादमरुकसहितं, नानालङ्कारयुक्तं, स्फटिकमणिनिभं पार्वतीशं नमामि। ॐ नमः शिवाय, नमः शिवाय।
ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं, निर्मलभाषितशोभितलिङ्गं, ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं, निर्मलभाषितशोभितलिङ्गं, जन्मजिदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं, जन्मजिदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं, प्यारा से जाए तेरा द्वार भवानी, प्यारा से जाए तेरा द्वार भवानी, भक्तों की लगे देखना भवानी, भक्तों की लगे देखना भवानी, प्यारा से जाए तेरा द्वार भवानी, प्यारा से जाए तेरा द्वार भवानी। ऊंचे पर्वत मावे तेरी नाना, ऊंचे पर्वत मावे तेरी नाना, आगे शीश नवाए संसार भवानी, शीश नवाए संसार भवानी, प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी, प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी। जगमगे जगमगे ज्योति जगे, हे जगमगे जगमगे ज्योति जगे, तेरे चरणों में गंगा की धार भवानी, चरणों में गंगा की धार भवानी, प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी, प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी। नाने चुननिया नान नाचून, नाने चुननिया नान नाचून, गए नाने पुनोय सोए हार भवानी, नाने पुनोय सोए हार भवानी, प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी, प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी। पल में भक्ति चोरी कानी, पल में भक्ति चोरी कानी, तेरे खुले दया के बंदार भवानी, खुले दया के बंदार भवानी, प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी, प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी, प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी। केशवा माधवा जय देव मधुसूदना, केशवा माधवा जय देव मधुसूदना, नेत्र कमल दल अतीव मनोहर, नेत्र कमल दल राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसने में दो कि मुख से राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसने में दो कि मुख से राधे राधे बोल। श्री बरसानो धाम रंगीरो, श्री बरसानो धाम रंगीरो, धाम रंगीरो ब्रज धाम रंगीरो, धाम रंगीरो ब्रज धाम रंगीरो, राधे है अनमोल के मुख से राधे राधे बोल, राधे है अनमोल के मुख से राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसने में दो कि मुख से राधे राधे बोल। ब्रह्मचल पर्वत मन भायो, ब्रह्मचल पर्वत मन भायो, राधे करत गिरो कि मुख से राधे राधे बोल, राधे करत गिरो कि मुख से राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसने में दो कि मुख से राधे राधे बोल। ब्रज की नदिया मोहन खेले, ब्रज की नदिया मोहन खेले, मोहन खेले सवरिया खेले, मोहन खेले सवरिया खेले, और बदन को दो कि मुख से राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसने में दो
उमापति महादेव की जय। Let us join a little bit in meditation, everyone. Sit upright. And we'll do breathing first, pranayam. Deep breathing through your nostrils. And exhale, chanting Om. Begin. With Mahamrityunjay mantra. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushti vardhanam urvarukmeva vandana mrityormokshayamamritateyo. Trimbakam yajamahe sugandhim pushti vardhanam urvarukmeva vandana mrityormokshayamamritateyo. Trimbakam yajamahe sugandhim pushti vardhanam urvarukmeva vandana mrityormokshayamamritateyo. Namaste astu bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya Trayambakaya Tripurantakaya Trikalagni Kalaya Kalagni Rudraya Neelakantaya Mrityunjayaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Shriman Mahadevaya Namaha Mahadevaya Namaha. Few moments of silence. Close your eyes. Focus your gaze on right between your eyebrows. In silence, we begin. गायत्री जपम। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम्। Open your eyes. प्रेम से बोलो मापति महादेव की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन हे बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन। कमल रघुनंदन कमल रघुनंदन। कमल रघुनंदन कमल रघुनंदन। बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन। बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन। ओ बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन। बंदो चरण कमल कमल रघुनंदन। कमल रघुनंदन। हे बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन। बंदो चरण बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन। जिनके कृपा सकल सुख संपत्ति। ओ जिनके कृपा सकल सुख संपत्ति। पावत जन भगतन उर चंदन। बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन। बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन। अवधपुरी प्रभु नित्य विराजत। अवधपुरी प्रभु नित्य विराजत
प्रभु नित्य विराजत
जनक सुतायुत दुष्ट निकंदन
जनक सुतायुत दुष्ट निकंदन
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
तीन ताप और जन्म मरण भय
तीन ताप और जन्म मरण भय
दूर करत क्षण में जन रंजन क्षण में जन रंजन बंदो चरण कमल रघु बंदो चरण कमल रघु ओ भक्त नमत चरणन में भगवन भक्त नमत चरणन में भगवन कृपा करिए सेवक भय भंजन कृपा करे सेवक भय भंजन बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन बंदो चरण कमल कमल रघुनंदन कमल रघुनंदन बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन बंदो चरण कमल रघु ओ बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन प्रेम से बोलो सियापति रामचंद्र भगवान की जय बोले श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन we bow this morning this very beautiful and simple very popular old bhajan to Ramji Bhagwan Ram Bhagwan which is the seventh incarnation of Bhagwan Vishnu. We bow to him this morning. We bow to Bhagwan Radha Krishna, who came as a very colorful form, Sri Krishna Bhagwan, to display the might and the power of the God himself. Our pranam to all of you this morning, this beautiful Sunday morning, and wish all of you the very best for the rest of the week. On behalf of all our Bhavani Shankar Mandir volunteers and devotees. Thank you all very much for being in the temple and also for being in the online, which is today most of the viewership is online. Hopefully soon you can make your regular trip back to the temple on Sunday mornings. Bhagwan Shri Krishna is always asked questions. The Lord, most of our scriptures, by the way, were written because of something called Sruti and Smriti. A lot of our scriptures came as a result of asking questions. So somebody's asking the questions, somebody's answering. For example, Satyanarayan Katha, Ekadana Misharanya Rishaya Shaunakadaya. Shaunak Muni and the Rishis were assembled in the forest of Naimisharan, and Sutji Maharaj came up. They asked him about the greatness of Satyanarayan. He narrated what it was, they wrote it down. It is written in Skanda Puran. Very beautiful book. Most of it is written, Bhagavad Mahapuran, the great Puran we read in August for Krishna Janmashtami in this temple at least. What happens there? Raja Parikshit was sentenced to die in 7 days by a snake. He will die. And what happened? He asked the great sage, Sutji Shukadev Maharaj, to narrate to him the greatness of Sri Krishna. So, and he asked questions. What is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? No. The great saint told him everything. Most of our scriptures have come because of questions and answers. Questions and answers. And that is because Hindus have always been seekers. We are always seeking something. On a material level, and also, most importantly, on a spiritual level. We want to seek. On a material level, we want to understand how we can advance our life, how we can be better tomorrow, maybe materially and otherwise. But above that, we have always been seeking as well for knowledge. We have always been on the quest to find God, to know God, to do a little bit that will help us to become one with God in this life, in the life hereafter. We have always been seekers. And seekers always ask questions. When a question is asked, it should be for the purpose of knowing, not for the purpose of testing somebody or identifying a fault in somebody. No. That's a wrong purpose for asking a question. A question should be asked just because you don't understand and you want to understand. I was very little when I was going to Cotton Tree Mandir back in the village, and a Panditji had come from foreign and he was delivering katha and thing. Lots of people there, because in the village when somebody comes, everybody rushes to listen to something new and refreshing. So we were there, and he said, I'm going to be here for 3 days, and the last night, anybody can ask a question. I will do my best to answer it. It was very humble. I thought it was nice. So some people, the villagers are very shy people, but there's a couple of guys, a couple of men who I think they thought they know a lot. Maybe they did. I don't know. I was young. So one of them stood up and says, I have a question. Panditji says, good, ask the question. So he says, in the Ramayana, between the battle of Ramji Bhagwan and Ravan, who fired the first arrow and what does the arrow mean? So me sit down there and I'm like, does it really matter who fired the first arrow? They had a big war, Lord Ram win, the battle done, Sita Mag went back to Ayodhya, everything done. Why does it matter who fired the first arrow? So the Panditji says, can you repeat the question? He said, yeah, who fired the first arrow and what did it mean? So that question, he know the answer for that. The person who's asking the question, he already know the answer for that. But he wanted to know if the Panditji who came to deliver the katha, he wanted to know if he know the answer. Now that is wrong as wrong can be. Because we should never ever try to embarrass someone through a question. Because that's not seeking, right? I don't even know what that is, and that's not my business. But we ask a question because we want to seek, we want to know. And over the years, I must tell you, our community has been really seeking. They've been wanting, they're thirsty for knowledge, and they're asking genuine questions that they have grown as Hindus and have not known for years, right? As Hindus, when we were younger, even me, we were always told to just do it. I've given you that katha how many times? To just do it and do it and do it. We were never told why, or at least we were given an explanation that it's bad or it's good. That is all we were given. So what has happened, there's a lot of things that were unanswered. There's a lot of things that were unanswered. And I think we are still seeking answers. Little by little, we are knowing. We always offered flowers. Back home, we had beautiful hibiscus flowers that we used to pick and offer to God and all these things. We never know the purpose of a flower, right? Now we know that when we offer a flower means, the single heart lotus. It is because, Lord, you're so precious, and I want you to give you the most precious thing, but I simply cannot rip my heart out and give it to you. So what I do, I offer you a lotus or a flower instead, as a symbol of my heart, right? As a symbol of my heart. I shower you with flowers, as though I'm showering you with the love from my heart. That's a flower. Sugandhini, sweetness, we shower him with. And so on, right? We always offer these things in abundance with love. We didn't know why, but now we are knowing more and we are knowing more. And when we're offering the flower now, it is offered with a lot more meaning than it used to be. I'm not saying things were wrong before, please don't get me wrong, but understand that we've always been seekers and we are still seeking. Among the many seekers, there was also Arjun in the Gita. Arjun, when he started the battle to fight against the Kauravas, Arjun went there with a lot of physical strength. He was called 18 names in the Gita, you know. Lord Krishna addressed him by 18 names in the Gita. And he addressed Krishna Bhagavan by 80 names as well. What did Krishna Bhagavan call him? Anagha, the sinless one. Arjuna, the pure in nature. Bharatarashabha, the best of the Bharatas. Then he called him names like Bharatasrayaha, Dhananjayaha, Gudakesha. Gudakesha means the conqueror of sleep. Kapatdwajaha, by whose ensign is a monkey. Kaunteya, the son of Kunti. Kirti, who weighs a diadem. What are some of the other names? Mahabahu, the mighty armed one. Partha, the son of Pritha Kunti. And so on. One name that appealed to me. Purushavyagraha, the tiger of men, or tiger among men. Savyasachin, one who could shoot arrows with both hands, ambidextrous, and have the same. So Arjun was not an ordinary man. He possessed 18 great qualities that were beyond what anybody could have possessed or possessed at that time. Yet he stood in front of Sri Krishna, and when it was time to perform his duties, he failed. Arrows fell from his, bow fell from his hands, became depressed and all that. So Krishna saw that, and you know the whole story. He started to ask questions. Why is this happening to me? Why am I weak? Why can't I perform my duty? And that is when he starts to ask questions. Bhagavad Gita is a question and answer. Question and answer. Arjuna asked the question, Krishna Bhagavan provides the answer. Because we're all seekers. Remember, ask a question to know, genuinely know something, and it could be anything. It could be anything, as long as you want to know. So Krishna Bhagavan was asked the question in chapter 9. What happened to people who have sinful conduct? This word called sin, we've heard about it. We have never delved into it, dive into it, and understand what it is. Who is a papi and who is a punyartha? We have never delved into it. So Arjuna just asked the question, Prabhu, I'm going to fight a battle. You're asking me to fight against, my own, right? Is this wrong, by the way? Is this wrong? Well, let me ask you. A person goes in onto the road and takes a gun and shoots somebody, right? They have to go to court, right? They may get off with it. Well, in Canada, you get off with anything, but they may get off with it. You play insanity or something, and that's the story end. But you go to court. You're charged. You go to court. You test your mind and a whole bunch of things. But if you go in the battlefield, right? If you go in the battlefield and you become a soldier, you take a gun and you're fighting a war, you can shoot as many people as you want. You don't get charged. Two different things, right? You're still shooting, one on the road, one on the battlefield. Question is, what is the purpose for doing this? Krishna Bhagavan says, Arjun, ask a very good question. So I'm going to answer your question. And what he says, Arjun, Shri Krishnaye Namaha, Shri Gurudevebhyo Namaha, Hari Om. Api chet sudaracharo bhajate mamanya bhak sadureva samantavya samyagavya vasato hi saha. Kikshipram bhavati dharmatma शाश्वगच्छन्ति निगच्छति क्षिप्रं भवति धर्मात्मा शश्वच्छन्ति निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि नामे भक्ता प्रणश्यति नामे भक्त्या प्रणश्यति. The question is, what happened to people who are sinful and they come to you? What happened to them? Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, well, api chet suraracharo, chapter 9. Even if a man, a person of the most sinful conduct, worship me with undeviated devotion. The word here is key. Undeviated devotion. If the person of the most sinful conduct worships me with the most undeviated devotion, that person must be reckoned, Arjuna, as the righteous, for he has rightly resolved. What is this the Lord is saying? A person of the most sinful conduct. This is all in our scriptures, by the way. We have seen this in every aspect of our scriptures, where people who have done a lot of bad things, they discarded that bad path and they went to the path of God. And the Lord accepted them. You know why? Because the Lord says, if I turn you away when you have changed, when you have abandoned unrighteousness, and if I turn you away, then what are the chances of you changing? Who will you go to? Who will you go to? Now let's bring this down to the level that we are living today. A parent, parents have children. Just say parents have children. The children have turned out to be bad. We have done our best. We've given them values, culture, education, money, fashion, everything they wanted for. We give it to them. But they just turned out bad, right? Bad in the sense that no values, no sanskriti, no sanskaras, nothing all over the place, whatever it is. But today we don't know what is bad and good. There is everybody doing everything. So we cannot comment on that anymore. But let's say they've turned out not the way you dreamt of them turning out. Left home, use drugs, abuse drugs, all that kind of thing. And you're like so grieving and whatever it is. Let me ask you the question. If they have abandoned all of that and they come back to you now, what are you going to do? That's the question. What are you going to do? Well, what is God going to do if that happened? I don't know what you will do. I know what I will do, but what will God do? Bhagavan, what he will do, he says, if you have truly abandoned that path of unrighteousness and you worship me with an undeviated mind, pure devotion, Arjun, I will accept you. I will never turn my back against you. Arjun says, Prabhu, how is this possible? Why would you do that? Gita tells us that the explanation is given. The dirtiest water can be brought back to its original pure state through distillation. We know that. The dirtiest water can be brought back to its purest state through distillation. We have distilled water. In many parts of the world, where water, they don't have well and all these kind of things. The Western people go, they take machines, they take a whole bunch of things, and they use the impure water, and they filter it, distill it, to make it pure for people to use. We see this in Africa, many places, India, in many places, and so on. The most impure water, through distillation process, becomes pure. Bhagavan says, even while in dirt, its innate element is not lost. Man's case is much more definite than that of water. There is no such thing as eternal damnation to the sinner as some religions would have it. The unpardonable sin is a misnomer, according to Sri Krishna. Salvation of mankind is a supreme plan of God. His plan, the divine, plan is to let everyone experience salvation or embrace salvation. Why then would the Lord turn anyone away? Next verse. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Very powerful word. Dharma atma. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. shashvachanti nigacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Arjun, very soon when that person leave the unrighteous path and come to my path, what will happen? Soon does that person become a person of righteousness, dharmatma. It means their atma is purified through dharma. Dharma, kindness, compassion, devotion, prayers, whatever. Soon after they have abandoned that unrighteous path and they come to me, they become a dharmatma. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. And obtains lasting peace. Shashvachanti nigacchati. Shashvat means eternal. Shashvachanti nigacchati. O Kaunteya, O Arjun, know for certain that name bhakta pranashyati. Now, this is such a powerful statement the Lord says. Arjun, please note, name bhaktya pranashyati. Know for certain my devotees never perish. Direct word of Sri Krishna, chapter 9, verse 31. My devotees never perish. This simply means that if you have accepted the feet of Sri Krishna, if you have embraced him, if you love him, if you serve the Lord with, as he says, with an unwavering, undeviated mind, then my friends, you shall never punish for anything in this life. You may think that you're punishing for something, but that is building you for something bigger. No devotee of God in our history has ever punished. Now, come on. You will go through a little hardship here and there. Yes, you will stumble because God has given you that ability. Look at Arjun. He is falling, he's falling, he's shivering. He's shivering, the Gita tells in chapter 1. He's shivering, the most powerful man on the earth. He has in his quiver all the types of missiles in the form of arrows. Brahmastra, Varunastra, Agniastra. He can fire an arrow and becomes big as an atomic bomb. Varunastra, he can take a single arrow and he can dry up an entire ocean or fill the space with water equal to an ocean. Agniastra, he can take a single arrow, deliver it, and he can burn whatever space he wants. But yet he falls at the feet of Sri Krishna. He falls at the feet of Sri Krishna because he has never seen Krishna as his Bhagwan. He's always seen Krishna as his friend, my cousin, the cowherd. That's when you look at somebody as the ordinary person, that is what you get. You look at them ordinary, you get ordinary things from them. But you look at the Lord with an extraordinary eye, you get extraordinary things from him. Soon, Arjuna listens to Krishna. That person who comes to me becomes a person of righteousness. Manghi partha vyapakshitvaha yepi syum papayo naya sriyo vaishyas thatha shudras tepi yanti param gatim. Arjun, for those who take refuge in me, O Partha, though they be of inferior birth, whatever karmas they have come with in this life, they attain their supreme goal. There is no doubt about this. Kim punar brahma punya bhakta raja sayastataha. O Arjun, how much more than the holy brahmanas and devotees, royal saints, having come in this transient joyless world, do worship me. Fix your mind on me. How you should pray to me, Gita tells us. Chapter 9, verse 34 rather. Manmana bhava mad bhakto. Arjun says, Prabhu, okay, I'm going to come to you. I'll bring all the sinners at your door. But please tell me, how must I pray to you? Tell me, how must I pray? Don't we all want to know how to pray? Is it just like Ormbu Brahmaswata Savidur Varenyam Bhagavad? Is that it? How must we pray to God? Manmana bhava mad bhakto. The word here is manmana. Manmana mad bhakto. Madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mame vaishyasi yuktvevat atmanam matparayanah. Fix your mind on me. Man mana bhao mad bhakto. Prayer is not, Prabhu, here it is, but you're all over the place and whatever it is. No, no. Fix your mind on me. You know, when we do certain rituals, we use the kush grass. The kush grass, I'm sure all of you know what that is. Shrad, for example, we use kush grass. And before the person sits, we put 3 pieces of kush grass and we let them sit on it. Then if the person shaved their head, we tie the churki with the kush grass. Then the finger ring as well, not only for Shraddh, this one here, the finger ring, or the pavitri. This is worn for any pujas, a ring. It has to be made a certain way. Kush grass, kush mule stito brahma. Kush madhe janardhanam. Now, the explanation is, in the kush grass, kush mule stito brahma. Mool means the root. At the root of that grass, kush mule stito brahma, Bhagwan Brahma. These are Vedic mantras, you know. We didn't make this stuff up. You know, so when you look at the kush grass and, what are you talking about, man? This is from the Vedas. The West is using these things today to heal us and telling us that this is the Western medicine. It's our medicine. Kush mule stito brahma. The root of the grass is Bhagwan Brahma. Kush madhe janardhanam. Madhe means the middle. The middle of the grass is Bhagwan Janardhan, Vishnu. Kushagre Shankaro. At the tip of the kush grass, Kushagre Shankaro de. At the tip of the kush grass is Bhagwan Shankar. Therefore, Kushrajan Namostate. The kush grass is the king, Kushrajan, the king of all grass. Just like the barga tree. Everybody know what barga tree is? Koa leaf, we call it koa leaf. I don't know why they call it koa leaf. We don't call it koa leaf in Guyana. I think it's a Trinidadian thing. Koa is a big, heavy fruit that really smells heavy when you open it and you don't eat it out. Packed with sugar. I love it, but I can only have so much. So there's a barga tree, the big barga tree is called the king of all trees. It is the biggest tree. It is the biggest tree on this earth, by the way, barga tree. Right? Not big, it's very tall, but you may see some taller trees on it, but that's not big. I'm talking about stature. The barga tree root, that is a Vishnu Bhagavan alone there. When it plants its roots in the ground, the roots are bigger than the tree sometimes. We have one in Cotton Tree, right behind the temple. It is we don't even go next to it. It is very scary. Oh, because the roots, powerful, they've come out of the ground. You can actually climb on the roots, you know. There's all sort of story when people when the old folks want to frighten you and things, and say, if you not do, you know, this, and I'll carry your barga tree. It's very scary to the huge. Just like the barga tree is the king of all trees on this earth, the kush grass is the king of all grass on this earth. And that is why when we do Shraddh and so on, we put it to Sidong. Why? Because the kush grass represents one-pointedness. It helps you when you wear the ring here in town, so that your mind, at least it can help to stabilize you. There's a lot of scientific things behind it too, the kush grass. Lots of scientific things behind it, which I won't tell you this morning. It's a religious discussion. It's a lot of scientific. When it is there, it has a frequency. Like when we do certain Kalash Puja, we took the kush grass and we played on top of it, like an antenna. So it attracts the frequencies of the world and brings it into the Kalash. This is science. This was done in a place in the United. I don't know if it's Atlanta or wherever. There is a very beautiful Sri Vidya temple there. They place the Kalash water, they place the leaf, they place the ingredients inside, they put the kush grass on top, and they measure the frequency of the water. A university came and measured the frequency of the water. It was flat. Then they put the kush grass on top, they started to chant the Rudram 108 times. And the frequency of the water, the energy of the water just rise. This is Western measurement we're talking about. So kush grass has that frequency. It helps us to one-pointedness. Now, why am I telling you all of this? Bhagwan Shri Krishna says, how you must pray to me? Man mana bhava mad bhakto. Pray to me with your mind concentrated on me. One razor-sharp laser mind. That is what I want from you. Nothing else. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Be devoted to me. Sacrifice unto me. Sacrifice, time. You're sacrificing your time, effort, money, whatever it is. Sacrifice unto me. Madhyaji mam namaskuru. Bow down to me. Not to the world. Bow down to me. And having done that, mame vaishasi yuktevam atmanam matparayana. By bowing down to me, what will happen? In steadfast devotion, taking me as the supreme goal, you will come to me. Matparayana. You will come to me. It is very clear. How to pray to God, that is the topic it is made here. How to pray to God. You can offer your prasad, your flower, but do it with one pointed mind. Your mind is focused. That's the last part of the chapter 9, where Arjuna is seeking. He is seeking. He's confused. He does not know why he's being placed in a situation like this. We are going to be confused every single day. Right now, you're sitting in your home and the temple, and you're probably confused. Whole head, Panditji, how can God forgive the sinners and all this kind of thing? All right, well, we're going to be confused because we even don't know who we are. We're trying to learn, find out our own identity every day. One day we wake up to be a kind person, the next day we're not kind. We're generous one day, some day we're stingy, some day we're calm and cool, some day we're angry. Then who in the world are we? We don't even know ourselves. We don't know the closest people among us. So who really we are? We don't know. We're trying to find out. Well, let us seek every day. Every day we must be seekers, and when we seek, my friends, we'll become close and close to the divine Lord. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadev ki jai, Siyawar Ramachandra ki jai, Pavan Sut Hanuman ki jai. Samama pada pamare sa, darshan do ghan sham नाथ मोरे अखिया प्यासी रे Darshan do Ghanshyam. This is another bhajan. Krishna Bhagwan standing right in front of Arjun, right in front of him, and Arjun saying, Prabhu, Darshan do Ghanshyam, show me your vision, show me your form. Lord, so what are you talking about? I'm seated right here. That's the thing. If you're looking for the cowherd or the cowboy or the little Krishna, we're never going to see him. You have to look for the Lord. Darshan do ghan sham nath more akhiya pyasi re. Darshan do ghan sham नाथ मोरे अखिया प्यासी रे. दर्शन दो घनश्याम मन मंदिर की ज्योत जगा दो. मन मंदिर की ज्योत जगा दो. घट घट वासी रे. दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे अखिया प्यासी रे. दर्शन दो घनश्याम. मंदिर 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 मूर्ति तेरी, फिर भी न देखी सूरत तेरी। मंदिर मंदिर मूरत तेरी, फिर भी न देखी सूरत तेरी। युग बीते ना आज मिलन की, युग बीते ना आज मिलन की। पूर्णमासी रे दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे, अखिया प्यासी रे दर्शन दो घन। द्वार दया का जब तू खोले, पंचम सुर में गूंगा बोले। द्वार दया का जब तू खोले, पंचम सुर में गूंगा बोले। अंधा देखे लंगड़ा चल कर, अंधा देखे लंगड़ा चल कर, पहुँचे काशी रे दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे, अखिया प्यासी रे दर्शन दो घनश्याम। पानी पीकर प्यास बुझावो, नैनन को कैसे समझावो। पानी पीकर प्यास बुझावो, नैनन को कैसे समझावो। आँख मिचौली छोड़ो अब तो, आँख मिचौली छोड़ो अब तो, मन की बासी रे दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे, अखिया प्यासी रे दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे, अखिया प्यासी रे दर्शन दो घनश्याम। दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे, अखिया प्यासी रे। Show me your form, O Lord. My akhia pyasi re. My eyes are thirsty. We have a thirst for a lot of things, but when the eyes are thirsty to see the Lord, that's a good thirst. मन मंदिर की मूरत तेरी, फिर भी न देखी सूरत तेरी. I have gone from one mandir to the next, my Lord, mandir hopping to see your face and to understand you, yet I cannot understand you. पानी पीकर प्यास बुझा दो, नैनन को कैसे समझा दो. When we feel thirsty in life, we drink some water and we are happy. But when the eyes are thirsty, how do we let the eyes understand that? How do you feed the eye water? The eye gives water. Prabhu, how do I understand that? How do I make the I understand when I have a thirst of seeing you? And so, Dwar daya ka jab tu khole pancham sur mein gunga bole. When your doors are open, O Lord, when the doors of the Lord are always open, then pancham sur mein gunga bole. Even the dumb can be made to speak, the crippled can be made to get up and walk. This is the power and the might of the Lord. I hope you find some solace and some encouragement in these Sunday morning words. And of course, you apply it in your life to have a very, very productive week ahead. The Lord's blessings to all of you, and thank you for being here this morning. May Shri Krishna Bhagwan, Mahadev, Shri Ram, Jagadambika Mata manifest himself in you in the form of hope and strength and bliss and beauty and all that is required. Thank you all so much for being with us this morning. So many of you online, and of course in the temple, Bhagwan's blessings. And tomorrow evening, we encourage all of you to join our Monday evening Shivji Puja. Puja starts at 6 p.m. I want to encourage your community, if you wish to sit as a Shrota for any of these evenings. There is no finance requirement. If you just want to sit and give thanks, or you want to, it doesn't matter. You just bring your prasad and your flowers and come, and we'll make that happen for you. You just need to let us know online or in some other way. So it's an open forum for anyone who want to come and sit as a Shrota. We just need someone to sit and do the pujas. But please come on out at the temple, find some peace, find a place to re-energize yourself. Finally, thank all of you for participating in puja yesterday. We had around 250 families around the globe. We had people from Fiji and England and so joining, not neglecting Canada and United States and Guyana as well. So many lovely people from Guyana did puja in their home. I tell them the only problem now is that when you stick your Hanuman Jandi outside, and your neighbor see that you get Hanuman Jandi now, you didn't call them and invite them, give them parasad and bhojan and so, big problem. You got to explain why you were so conjuice and miser and not to share bhojan with them and thing. But same here as well. So do what you got to do. Thank you all so much for participating in the puja. I'm just happy that people sat for close to 4 hours. Man, that was a long puja. 4 hours. Anyways, but we sit longer hours doing a lot of other things. So anyways, so I'm very, very glad that all of you sat. It was very consistent. And I hope that it helped you. It helped to do some sort of cleansing. It helped to bring you together. If it was yesterday alone, you felt the energy in your home. It's great. And so thank you for participating. And I'd like to say a special thanks to all those people as well who supported our puja store. Our puja store is a very simple, humble place that provides quality service to people. You click online, and it's so very simple. A lot of people take a lot of joy and pleasure going elsewhere to shop and so on. Good for you. We can't discriminate, but you have to understand that every penny, like I am the biggest cheerleader of our puja store. I support them, whatever I need. I can go to the supplier, wherever else, but I go and I purchase everything there because I need to set an example. So to all those who supported our puja store and came and you purchased your things, your lingam and your flowers and your leaf and so, thank you, because at the end of the year, or the end of the month rather, when it's time to pay the bills, the pennies do add up. We don't make a lot of profit on it, but small, little by little by little, it adds up. So thank you so much for having that amount of confidence in us and for supporting us. Coming Saturday is Saraswati Jayanti, inviting all of you to come on out to the temple. We'll bathe Saraswati Mata from 6 p.m. the puja starts, and we finish about 8. And those in your home will have you clasp your hands and pray as well if you don't want to come out. But come on to the temple on Saturday, 6 p.m., Vasant Panchami, Saraswati Jayanti. Bring out all the children. And then we take it from there. February 20th, Shiva Sahasranam in your home again. And then that is followed by 5 nights of Shiv Puran Katha, Mahashivratri on the 28th of February. These are items you can find on our Facebook and website. If you download our app, our entire calendar is there on the app and on our website as well. Our temple's calendar is supposed to be here this weekend, but there's delays in the printing, and COVID has put a lot of things behind, including this, so we have to live with that. It's going to be out soon, maybe a couple days' time. God bless all of you. Let's just do RT, please. Om. Yaani kani chapapani. Anji, you have two thalis now for people. Janmantar kritani cha tani sarvani nashyantu pradakshinam pade pade.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare. Bhakt जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट, क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जो ध्यावे फल पावे, दुख बिन से मन का, स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का। सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, कष्ट मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। मात पिता तुम मेरे, शरण कहूँ मैं किसकी, स्वामी शरण कहूँ मैं किसकी। तुम बिन और न दूजा, प्रभु बिन और न दूजा, आस करूँ मैं जिसकी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम पूरन परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी, स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी। पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
Om Shantakaram Bhujagshayinam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalnayanam Yogi Virdhyanagamyam Bande Vishnum Bhavabhayaharam सर्वलोकैकनाथं त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनां, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः, गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलो श्री गणपति भगवान की जय, भवानी शंकर भगवान की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, राधावर कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय, जगदम्बिका माता की जय, प्रेम से बोलो सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। सबको ये जय जय सीताराम। जय सीताराम everyone. Have a blessed day. God bless all of you.